Can you talk briefly about the mortgages, the terms of the mortgages, and why, uh, or if it has an effect on the length of the leases when you're valuing that asset?
Well, the length of the leases is an interesting topic to discuss. Lenders want long-term leases.
Mm-hmm.
And tenants do not want long-term leases,
Right.
as you know. And sometimes landlords don't want long-term leases. Sometimes landlords are fine with a month to month, depending on the type of market they're in.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a long-term lease that is below market, that the contract rent or effective rent is below market, that is going to have a negative effect on your value. Because when
Right.
I come in, my hands are tied by the leases that are encumbering the property. So the landlord has to be very careful to align their lease, not to their company's business decisions, but try to align those leases with the market, because in the end, if they do apply for mortgage, whatever those leases are is going to come back to haunt them. And
Right.
even if they decide that, well, I just want 1-year leases, I own some properties, and based on the tenant makeup, I don't want long-term leases. All my tenants are 1-year tenants, but
Okay.
it will have a direct effect on value.
Right. So if a landlord has his mortgage coming up for renewal, because the mortgages tend to be short term, correct? Even though they're amortized a longer term, but the length of the term is short. So if their lease is coming up and they have a bunch of 3 to 5 or 7 year leases, it makes it easier for them to remortgage.
Yeah, I mean, anything above 3 to 4 years
Okay.
is definitely going to be taken seriously, because look at it this way: you have to also take into consideration the marketing period of a unit versus the lease.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're a
Right.
master at this. So if the marketing period is a year and you have a 2-year lease, that's neither here nor there. But once you start getting into a 3 to 5 year leases, then you're going to have to start looking at the IRR of that lease.
Right. Which is your internal rate of return.